It's really, really hard, and that's why this is a Lent challenge. I decided to make this a little bit easier for you guys by making an entire meal plan. Hey guys, it's Lizzie. I challenge you to go vegan for Lent. Hear me out. For all my carnivore, omnivore viewers out there, eating vegan is one of the hardest, most sacrificial things you could choose to give up for Lent. Every single meal, you are reminded that it is Lent, that we are spiritually preparing to experience the crucifixion and resurrection with Jesus and all the Catholics in our life and all the Christians who have come before us. It puts you in the perfect spiritual mindset. There is nothing more intense than going vegan for Lent that will remind you constantly that it is Lent. I decided to make this a little bit easier for you guys by making an entire meal plan. 2 weeks of recipes with pictures, videos, instructions, grocery lists. I spent so much time prepping this for all of you, but it is free, available for anyone who wants some resources to go vegan for Lent. There are a few other really important things I want to go over in this video, so definitely keep watching. But linked below in the video description and in the comment section is the link to your recipe book of how to eat vegan. You guys have no excuses to not do this because I literally have all of your meals planned out for you for all of Lent. Let me know if you guys want me to come out with a physical cookbook, Cooking with Lizzie, Catholic Cooking with Lizzie. I made another video of what I'm giving up for Lent, so I will link that up here and below, and I am so nervous and not looking forward to this. It'll be rough and so sacrificial, but it's all for God. I'm gonna offer up my suffering, and you guys can too by eating vegan for Lent. So I am wearing my Kale Yeah shirt in this video because you guys will actually be trying kale maybe for the first time if you follow my meal list, but don't worry. All the meals are so delicious and yummy and seasoned. I made them for my family and my boyfriend who's not vegan and doesn't like a lot of super health food, but all these meals have been approved by him. They're so, so good. It'll be a huge sacrifice, especially a sacrifice of your time, because these are home cooked meals. You're gonna be cooking from scratch. It's gonna take a long time to cook and to do dishes. And so my intention for you guys during those 15 or 30 minutes every day when you are cooking and prepping your food, instead of listening to music or listening to the news, instead put on Catholic videos. Listen to Taylor Marshall, Bishop Barron, Patrick Coffin, Relevant Radio, a Catholic audiobook, listen to a rosary. There are so many options of Catholic things you can listen to while you are cooking. And so it's not only a huge sacrifice of not being able to eat meat and dairy, missing that. Also, I eat really healthy, so you guys are going to be eating really, really, really healthy. And I think that will be a sacrifice too, because you guys will be giving up your dopamine release from eating unhealthy food. So it's going to be really hard, sacrificial, time-consuming, awful, but it will also be really revitalizing, fun, happiness, getting to try out so many new recipes. And I think that there's going to be a lot of little added benefits that you'll notice over Lent that might make you want to keep making some of the recipes even when Lent is over. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Lizzie's Answers. Make sure to be subscribed to my channel and click the bell next to the subscribe button so that you can get notifications every time I upload a new video and every time that I live stream. Also, I have linked below my Patreon and my PayPal. I spent so much time making you guys a free recipe book. So if any of you guys want to donate a couple dollars towards my production of your vegan Lent, I super appreciate you guys. Disclaimer before we begin, I am not a certified nutritionist, so make sure to talk to your doctor if you have any specific health conditions. I have personally done blood tests and I am healthy and at all the right levels based upon the diet that I eat, which are the recipes I am feeding to you guys. But that being said, if you want to track what you're eating on Chronometer, I'm going to link it below. It shows you the breakdown of all the nutrients of what you're eating. So if you're really worried about this or worried you're not getting enough calories, I've linked below some resources. So here are some tips that you need to know. Number one, vitamin B12. You need to go to your local CVS, Target, Walmart, and purchase vitamin B12 supplements. There is not a vegan source of vitamin B12 besides nutritional yeast, which you can put that in all your recipes, but since you guys are new at this, I recommend just getting a vitamin B12 supplement. It's the easiest thing and you absolutely need to do it or you're going to be deficient. There is vitamin B12 in the soil, but because of how we clean vegetables and prep vegetables when they're going to the grocery store, unfortunately all the B12 is stripped out of the vegetables. So B12 is naturally in vegan food, but because of the way we produce food, it's not in the food. So anyways, that's a really long version of get vitamin B12 and take the supplement every single day. Number two, prepare for a little bit of gas. The first day, for me, it was only 2 days of when I was vegan. You have a lot more gas because you're eating so many more vegetables and fruits and higher fiber, and so it's kind of an adjustment for your system. So just be prepared for that. Also, since we're talking about this, you guys will notice a lot more consistent and easier bowel movements. If you've been struggling with constipation at all, that will go away pretty immediately once you switch to Lizzie's vegan diet. If I haven't scared you already, number three, this is so important. You need to eat a lot more food than you usually eat. So most vegan foods are very low calorie compared to meat and dairy and eggs. So at first, you're going to have to stretch your stomach a little bit, which I know sounds intense. So don't like stuff yourself, but eat over a longer period of time and just be aware that at first, it will feel like you're eating way too much food, but since it is low calorie, I'm gonna put up a graphic right here. Here's just an example of vegetables versus meat versus oil. So the recipes on my meal plan are going to fill up your stomach way more than if you were eating like a carnivore or an omnivore. So at first it will feel like forcing food into you, but after a few days or a week, it'll just be really intuitive. And if you go back to eating meat and dairy after the Lent challenge, you'll actually be overeating because you're so used to eating more content of food. The reason this is so important is that I don't want you guys to be eating under calorie and not eating enough food. You will not feel healthy on your vegan diet during Lent if you're not eating enough food. So eat way more food than you're usually eating, but since it is low calorie, you will lose weight during Lent if you are overweight. Number four, a lot of people are worried about not getting enough protein on a vegan diet. If you look on the nutrition facts of what you are eating and count up the protein, you'll be shocked how much protein is in the whole grains and beans and vegetables. Also, I have some mock meats, fake meats that are loaded with protein. A lot of people are also worried about getting complete proteins. Nutritionists have determined that as long as you're getting enough of the amino acids throughout a few days and throughout the week, it's perfectly fine. You don't have to get the perfect amount of amino acids, complete protein every single day. So again, I have had all my blood tests done. I am really healthy. I get enough protein. Use Chronometer if you're really worried, but it is kind of a myth that vegans don't get protein, and I think that you will be shocked during this challenge. Number five, is being vegan really, really expensive? No. The way I eat as a vegan is really cheap. I make everything homemade, so it takes longer to eat and to make food and to do dishes and all of that. But my grocery budget, you will actually notice that you might even be saving money, especially because you won't be going out to eat as much. But I'm going to get later on in the video places that you can go if you want to go out to eat. But I think that it's a better Lent challenge, forcing yourself to cook every day and to eat healthy. Eating out and eating some desserts and junk food. So if you really are wanting to eat out, some restaurants that I recommend where you can get vegan fast food are Chipotle. They have a tofu fake meat option. You can also just get beans and rice, a veggie burrito, and it comes with free guac if you do that. Also, Carl's Jr. has a veggie burger. So does Burger King, although it's not very good. You can also go to Taco Bell and get one of the tostado bowls, and then don't get the meat or the sour cream or the cheese on it, but it comes with rice and beans and tomatoes and lettuce. It's pretty good, so I do get that sometimes. Indian food is very vegan friendly. Also, Mexican food does have a lot of vegan options. You can try out some vegan restaurants in your neighborhood, maybe talk to a vegan you know and ask them where they go out to eat. But in a lot of places in the country, it's really hard to find vegan fast food and to go out to eat as a vegan. So that's why I created the entire meal plan. But if you want some junk food and you're just craving some sugar, which is kind of not in the spirit of Lent, but since you're already giving up so much, maybe you do deserve to treat yourself. So some things that are vegan. Oreos are vegan. If you go to Whole Foods, they have a lot of vegan desserts that you can get there. Also, in most grocery stores, they have a company called So Delicious, and it has a lot of really good ice cream sandwiches, ice cream bars with like the chocolate on the outside and vanilla ice cream inside. They just have so many great options. I've had a lot of their ice cream, so those are a really good option. If you buy any snacks, just read the back of the nutrition label and see if there's any milk or eggs or gelatin in the food. Those are the main things that will make it not vegan. There should be a vegan frozen section at most grocery stores, so they have a lot of different brands of fake meats, breakfast foods, desserts. They tend to be more pricey, so that's why for me personally, I bake a lot of my own desserts. You can also get dark chocolate. There's some dark chocolate that is vegan, so just check on the back and see if there's milk in it. There's a lot of other candies and cookies that are vegan, so I'm gonna link below some articles that explain things that you can get. So I recommend going with Oreos, So Delicious, or just Googling how to make cookies and brownies and cakes as vegan. It's so easy. There are so many recipes available. Number 7, there is no such thing as a vegan diet. So I mentioned before that my diet is a more high carb, high fiber, whole grains, whole plant-based foods diet. But you can do keto vegan, you can do high protein vegan, high fat vegan, low fat vegan, high carb vegan. There are so many different ways to eat vegan. This is just the way that I eat as a vegan. So if you want to do keto vegan instead, or you'd rather do low fat, or you'd rather do really high protein, you can Google and research and find your own meal plans. I'm not saying that you have to do my meal plan. I just wanted to create it as an option so that it'd be actually possible and plausible for you guys to go vegan for Lent. Some added benefits to going vegan that you will notice. So I talked about weight loss. That will definitely happen if you follow my diet. Other things, your hair will get a lot thicker. It will grow faster, which if you're female is a great thing. Also, your nails will grow so long, get so thick. For some people, it helps to clear skin, although for me, it doesn't really make a difference. If you have different diagnosable conditions like type 2 diabetes, ulcerative colitis, even certain types of cancer, I know this sounds crazy, but I'm going to link below a documentary called Forks Over Knives, and it explores eating a whole foods plant-based diet, which is the type of vegan diet that I eat. And there are so many stories of people being able to go off their medication and being cured of different diseases, having them go into remission. So I'm not at all saying go off your medicine. I'm not saying that at all. Talk to your doctor. But you might notice that during Lent, your symptoms completely go away. So again, veganism is not a diet. It's just a list of foods that you're able to eat. But when you eat healthy as a vegan, when you eat a lot of whole grains and high fiber and fruits and vegetables and seeds and nuts and everything that I am giving you guys to eat, when you eat those types of foods, you can cure and heal a lot of different health conditions. And I also recommend a book called The China Study, which they go over in the Forks Over Knives video. So if you want to read about this, I recommend that book as well. Number 9, going vegan all the way. I've said throughout this video, eat vegan because for the purpose of Lent, my main focus for you guys is on the diet. If you want to go a step further, you can avoid buying makeup products or shampoo that is tested on animals. You can just Google products that are tested on animals when you're at the store. Take out your phone, Google the product, Google cruelty-free, and it will say whether or not it is cruelty-free. Also, you can avoid buying products that have feather fill, leather, or any other animal products. If you're buying purses or shoes or pillows, there's different things that are not vegan. Vegan inspiration. I have been vegan since August of 2015, and I have made so many videos on my YouTube channel talking about why I went vegan, vegan recipes, vegan grocery hauls, and so I'm going to link up here and in the video description the playlist to all of those vegan videos. A lot of the videos I'm going to be linking from my recipe book that show you how to make the foods that I'm going to recommend you guys to eat. The reason I am vegan is threefold. Number one, and what really drew me to it, is that there's a lot of animal cruelty going on in our factory farm system. It is appalling. It will probably horrify and scar you and could make you cry, but I'm going to link below a couple documentaries that go into it and actually show you inside the food production and what's going on with the animals. It's really, really hard to watch, and it's what made me make such an extreme change in my life. I recommend watching the documentary called Food Inc. It goes in depth into all of the animal related horror. It was a huge shock and heartbreak, and it actually took me like 4 years before I actually decided to go vegan, since I knew about the animal torture. So I totally don't judge or blame any of you if you're aware of what's happening but haven't gone vegan yet. The second reason I'm vegan is for the environment. There are so many environmental issues that have happened because of the way we grow animals, because currently the amount of animals that we're eating is more than in any other time in human history. And I'm going to link below a documentary called Cowspiracy that's free on YouTube. And it just goes in depth into all the environmental impacts of cutting down rainforests and greenhouse gas emissions. I know a lot of people don't believe in man-made global warming, but it is so much more than greenhouse emissions. It's having to do with pollution, rainforests. If you don't believe in global warming, or you don't believe in man-made greenhouse gases or anything like that, you still might become so passionate about the environmental issues watching Cowspiracy. The third reason I am vegan is for health. It is one of the healthiest ways to eat when you eat a whole foods plant-based diet. I've talked about that so much in the video already about losing weight, putting certain diseases into remission, and just eating a whole foods plant-based diet. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I am so excited for all of you who decide to take up my challenge and actually eat vegan or go all the way vegan for Lent. Make sure to be subscribed to my channel and on notification squad. Hit the bell button if you haven't already. Also, make sure to be following my Instagram and my Twitter. I love you guys so much. Again, make sure to update me on social media if you are doing this challenge. I'm so excited to see the meals that you guys replicate and to hear about how your journey is going. Keep me updated when you go vegan for Lent, and DM me if you ever have any questions or are struggling or need me to pray for you. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!